Hello, hi. I'm Patricia McNeely, located in Chicago and the creator of fourzonehealing. Happy World Mental Health Day. But I want to say something about this. Every day has to be a mental health day. What that means is while one day, a World Mental Health Day can bring a focus to it, there's a wake up going on. And that wake up is involving people being self-aware, paying attention to their needs, how they feel, their emotions, their mental state of being, their emotional state of being, their wellness, and what needs healing. Now, there is a lot going on in the world, and there's a lot of chaos. It's beyond chaos because from my perspective and how I developed the fourzonehealing modality, it's been a 15-year journey, and this journey has involved things like really overcoming stuff like what is happening, what runs in the family, what, things are people healing from. Part of the reason I broke it down into zones is some people are healing the things that are up here, the things that we call mental health, but there's a lot more to mental health than we believe. There's the physiology of the body that resounds with how the state of someone's being is, what they're thinking of, what they're imagining. And this includes things like retaliation, envy, jealousy, the really dark things. When we talk about mental health, it involves mentalities. It involves criminal mentalities. It involves mentalities that are things that nobody really likes to think of. Sometimes I've noticed on the 15-year journey of developing my mentality, there is a sort of spectrum. At the one extreme, you have people that would rather take themselves out or bow out or somehow erase or turn to drugs and alcohol and slowly fade away or obliterate themselves. And this is sometimes suicidal. It's a slow form of suicide or a, long-term form of suicide where they're just cutting out and erasing. And we miss those people. And then you have the other end of the spectrum, and this is part of it that a lot of people don't talk about. The hostility, the inner rage, the quick to anger, the deep, deep rage that makes a lot of collateral damage. People grow up with this. It's the domestic violence in their house. It's the parent that doesn't know how to calm down. It's the parent that makes people walk on eggshells within their own home environment. Now, in order to have safety, it has to include the body. You have to feel safe. You have to feel mentally safe. You have to especially feel emotionally safe. Your heart energy. None of the platitudes in the world are going to create this for people unless there's some actions to go with it. This is another reason I have created fourzonehealing. Because whether people like it or not, long term, people bury this. By now, it's very common knowledge that people bury things in their gut, or they hold it over their chest, and it gives them congestive heart failure, or it gives them ulcers, or it gives them bleeding ulcers, or it gives them backaches and shoulder aches. It makes them worry. It makes them stress. Now, we are all about, yes, stress management, anger management especially, and getting yourself to the level where it's easy to maintain. Part of the process of mental health does include physical health. So we incorporate movement, we incorporate breath work, we incorporate the breath work that activates a much higher form of the other side of the central nervous system. So you have two sides, and each of those two sides help you. To kind of summarize it, you sort of have a resting state and you have an action state. One of those sides helps you when you're sleeping. It keeps you functioning, keeps, the food you ate for dinner, keeps it digesting for you. And the other side wakes you up in the morning, gets you ready for your day. And a lot of people, when they go through stuff, the stress that they bear up under, it works to dampen down or even completely block sides of the central nervous system. I work with these sides of people to get what I call get them up and running. What that means for me is that removal of the blocks, and I mean complete removal. We're not talking about forgiveness of, the people that were violent or the perpetrators. We are talking remove those strings of connection, the thoughts of it, and everything else. I would like to also address the hostility people feel because, during the pandemic, we had a lot of, brotherly love going all around the earth. We're all in this together. As far as I can tell, a lot of what was being harbored here in the chest and the gut, that popped out. It was almost like a cork popping out for people. And now it's rising up. The things that pertain to mental health, hatred, things like I hate my boss, I hate the other kids at school, I hate these people, I hate the traffic, I hate this food, I hate. Okay, and people may not think of it that severely, like they're actually hating, but you get enough of that in a day and guess what you've accumulated around your mental, emotional body. There's an entire list. Human beings are great at making lists. In fact, females are very good at it. Females tend to be like, they did this wrong, they did that wrong, and then pretty much there's a list of infractions, and the men that they're involved with don't even know that they've made all those infractions, right? Now, conversely, if you take people where they're pretending to love stuff, well, I'll just get through it and I'll say, oh, I love this food. Oh, I love traffic. It's helping me and I'm glad so many people are getting to work, right? But they're not being honest with themselves and it's accumulating on them. It's accumulating to the degree that one day they just explode. In fact, I used to make a joke with people with my ex-husband and when the marriage deteriorated that there were two forms of communication. There was clam up, we're not saying a word, we're putting up walls, we're staying stone-faced, we're stoic, or blow up. It all comes exploding out. And in some families, in some work situations, this is not healthy. It can lead to a toxic environment. So mental health has to be a day in and day out thing. I am very proud to announce that I have a free webinar coming up to help you understand maybe where you're stuck, what would you like to manifest, because that's different for everyone. For some people, that manifestation means whatever the power of your human spirit is trying to push out and get you to move on, take action on, help you with, it's going to be there. Manifesting abundance, a clear conscience, health, healthy relationships, better mental health, better physiological actions in your body. How would you like to have responses instead of reactions? How would you like to have solutions flow through you instead of just endless crisis or damage control? We are past the point where we are able to treat everything as a crisis. Now, another thought I want to leave you with, and this is also part of the zone, okay? Mental health, people think of it as some abstract thing. They're not really sure what it exactly involves because it incorporates so many things. It incorporates a person's emotions, their actions and reactions, how they feel influenced, what's happening in the actual situation that, they're perceiving, their perceptions. It involves the tissues of the body. So the front part here is for impulse control. This is where you get people that they remember that when they're stressed, they need to binge eat, or they remember when they're stressed that they need to drink alcohol or smoke a cigarette or do some other form of self-harm. There is no healthy level of it anymore because it's not supported. In many ways, people know this on the inside. Well, they'll say like, well, that's my last drink, but I just need this one to get through. Again, mental health involves rationales that are not unhealthy like that. The mind can rationalize a lot of things. The other parts it involves are the crown chakra. It also involves what is called the limbic system, which is a system. It's a system. And what that limbic system helps with is bonding, memories, good memories, warm and fuzzy memories. For people on the severe end, it's memories of battles and war and all of the karmic things that keep getting repeated because the mind can't get off that track. It lives in duality. If this happens, then I do this. If I push this button, then that happens. That's the duality of where you've been, and that's the duality that our ancestors had. You're at a point where you can jump off that track. I help you up level. Now, the limbic system, to give you an example, we're going to use a warm and fuzzy example. You have a favorite bake thing as a child, and someone in your family, maybe your grandma or a favorite aunt or uncle or somebody, has baked this, and every time you go to their house at a holiday, you smell this and a flood of memories come back to you. Okay? Some people try to create this with a candle. You know, it'll be called sugar cookie or something like that, right? And people go to the store and they're like, oh, grandma or auntie or something like that, right? But this is what your limbic system does. It's drawing back the memory of good emotion, good experiences, good outcomes, supportive, loving people that were there, a time in your life when this was vitally important for your growth, for your development, for you to bond with people that you originate from, or even bond in your community or with a holiday or something, right? But years go by and people forget this. They forget. The part of you that registers this recalls it. Some people can have total recall. When we remove the negative stuff, okay, the negatives that people are developing in the dark room in their head, get it, dark room and photography, they will not be able to pull it back, but it's there, okay? That is one of my specialties, which is to remove the bad memories, how it made you feel, how you had to store it up, how you had to leave it in your gut, how it's just there as a crisis and you can't move and you feel frozen to the spot or frozen, or you feel like you have to fawn over people and, you know, do the people pleasing thing. So mental health is very significant. There are other parts of you that are not your mind, but which your mind can influence, that help operate the systems of your body. So that is also what four-zone healing is about. I hope that this video helped you. I want to encourage you a few things to do for Mental Health Day, and make it an every day is a mental health day until it's a natural thing for you. I'm here to give you that extra help to help you cut cords with the past, to like up level, and to get your health where it belongs. The mind health, the mental emotional health, your intelligence, your senses, your gut health, your heart health, and so much more. So here's what you do. First of all, the social media should not be reporting everything that they are. They're having a free-for-all. It's like the Wild West. But click it off. Shut off your router, turn off the phones, turn off the internet. Okay? Do something natural involving the natural elements of our planet. Water, air, fire, earth. Okay? There's ways to incorporate that. Go camping. Have a campfire. Be responsible about the campfires, because we're not crazy. Go for a swim. Go to a body of water. Gaze at the body of water. Let your eyes take in the color of water. This does so much for the rods and cones which are connected to your deep emotions, the deep emotions and feelings of the psyche, like passion. Okay, air. Come join me and learn some proper breath exercises, because there are so many, and I'm still creating even more to tap those deep parts of you. I have a way for you to start breathing using the reflexology point of the heart, where you will feel enveloped with your light body and chakras. And if you've never felt that, it's time to join. It's time to really start and experience everything that you are and really be who you are, because that will give you the feeling of really being who you are. Okay? It envelops you, it supports you, it guides you, it loves you, and it's you. It's not an it, it's you. Okay, what other natural things you can do? Well, please be creative. Gaze at the sky, gaze at the stars. Gaze at the stars or the sky or something instead of watching TV at night. Don't just click off. Don't drink alcohol. Don't smoke. Don't smoke other stuff. Get off the recreational stuff. That's really hard. Believe it or not, I help people do it using their brand new template of the light body so that it's easier for them. It's not easy, but it makes the detox a hell of a lot easier than you may think, and shorter and more efficient, with my guidance, with my teaching, with my modality. Another tip for you: when you are feeling mental health, pause. Take a little retreat inside yourself. Feel the area of your chest. Are you feeling like you're starting to build up? Many people describe it that way. Many of my clients have said, I felt the build up, or I could feel the tension rising, or I could start to feel a heaviness. What happens is you get pressure here, that pressure wants to go down. The pressure is here. That's not grounding you. That is not a way to ground you. That is like you hunkering down. That's you bracing yourself for a fight. That's a part of your fight system. Now, don't get me wrong. When people are pushed too far, they will push back. We're in a time of a lot of pushback right now. But you don't have to let it affect your life if you're not a person who needs to push back right now. However, getting the tension and getting the tension of the collective off of you is vitally important, because it involves your vital organs. Vital organs here, vital organs here, and vital organs in the other areas of your body. You have to be able to at least acknowledge, how am I feeling? How am I feeling? Now, some of the other things that I have are to get you in the mode of really checking yourself, but developing an expansion so that it's so natural it kind of takes over on its own. Similar to when you sleep at night and you're still breathing at night. It's a natural part of you. You don't need to think about, am I breathing at night? I mean, some people do if they have a stuffy nose or they have to wear a CPAP mask. But for the most part, you have a part of you that is trying to function so that it's automatic. It's the autonomic side of your nervous system. Another thing you could do is an early bedtime. Shut off the world, go to bed, even if it's not your normal, and just be like, you know what? I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to treat myself to an early bedtime. Tomorrow is another day. You would be amazed at how much your mind can actually detach some of the stuff from the previous day. It's hard for people because sometimes when they wake up, the first thing they do is worry and stress. Get more sleep. Okay, so those are the tips I'll leave you with for now. Please check the links below, because I would like to help you to get yourself in the mode of manifesting abundance, health, well-being, and that's where we're starting. There's a lot that's going to happen, and I'm here to help. I'm here to help you stay the course of your life's journey. It is a journey of love. And if you don't believe me, All you can do is see for yourself, but I have a lot of clients that I've helped over 15 years, and it's on. Whether we like it or not, it's better to work with this and work with your ascension, work with your mental health. I have some very severe case studies that I'll be outlining, but for now, let's just say I wish you a good day of mental health. Let us say prayers and wishes for our brothers and sisters who are not having that right now. It's really tough. I encourage you, envision it how it should be. Not how we're seeing it right now, but how it would be. We got a little taste of it during the pandemic. Okay, it wasn't perfect. There's still a lot of growing pains. I don't want to get too ugly with the ugliness out there, but it's intended to be much better. So I hope that this video is something that gives you a little food for thought, a little bit of stuff to feel, 3 tips on what to do, and have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.